Hello and welcome to Smart AI Content Creator by Web Dimensions Inc. My name is Hugh. I am the CEO of Web Dimensions and the Chief Software Architect and Coder here. And this plugin is a great plugin. I really think you're going to love it. There are certain things that you want to know in order to run the plugin, so I'm going to give you just a quick rundown to get you started quickly. First of all, you will need to license it. So the first time you run it, you're going to see a screen that looks like this right here. You probably actually have to do this before you even get to the help screen. So you've already done this anyway. Put your email and your license key right here and saved it. And then the next thing you're going to need to do to make it work is to get these two API keys from OpenAI and Deep AI. And on the help screen, on the same page here as you're watching this video, it's sometimes it gets cached. So let me just reload the frame. And so now this is the link. These are the links here that you're going to use to get your API keys. OpenAI.com, everyone knows about that. It is the Chat GPT and all that stuff comes from OpenAI. And then there's this other one that's not that well known called deepai.org, which is where you're going to need to get your API key. And this is for the image creation tools. And it's a great little program. So what you'll need to do here is just sign up and go through the sign up. And it's extremely inexpensive. Both of these are really inexpensive. It's just like pennies to get stuff done. So it's highly worth doing it. And once you get those two, then you will put your API keys over here and save them. And once you'll do that, you are ready to use the plugin. And the main use of the plugin right now is just the writer. And that means you'll use this upper section, and really all you need to do is select what it is that you want and then type a description. I'll give you an example. In fact, I will give you full lessons on this, but very quickly, let's just say I wanted a blog post or a story. At this particular website, I'm doing stories, so let me just do a story. It's about silly animals. It's like just crazy because you can really just ask for anything. But I'm going to say a story about, by the way, before I get into this, these other controls are not needed. You don't have to do either of these two. This one, I mean, you'll have to select something. This category only just, when you click it, it puts that text down here. So I could just go ahead and execute a story about silly animals. Actually, that's all I need to do. So let me just go ahead and click that. Execute. And the one thing that you may run into, it really depends on what host you have your website on and how the settings are and how good the connection is. And it also depends on how loaded up the OpenAI server is for the day for today. It went pretty fast today, but I've seen it take time in the past. So you can see that it has given us a little story, and it's also given us tags down here, and it's also given us an image prompt. This is what this little section here is for. It's a pretty good image prompt, but we'll see how well it actually works. Anyway, what I like to do is have some line breaks here like this. Silly animals. So that's exactly what I asked for, was a story about silly animals. So I could have been more specific and say some silly animals that are such and such and so, and then it would have follow that. But this is what we're dealing with right now, just for a quick example. And sometimes it'll give you emojis and stuff. What I like to do is hit a line break here and then add media. Let me grab that image prompt. I think that might be a little too complex of an image prompt for what we have here, but let's just go give it a try. Now, when you open the media here from this button on this page, you're going to also get this Create Images with AI screen. Let me see how that prompt looks in here. Let me read it. In the image, so you don't need that. Silly animals is standing. That doesn't make sense. So silly animals standing in front of a portal surrounded by towering trees with wolves howling in the background. This is really full. I mean, you could take this to go to Midjourney and put that in, and we'll probably do it because Midjourney is very advanced at this point. Of course, they charge you money now for that too. So I think most of that is much more than what I need. So I'm just going to go silly. Let's see some silly looking animals. It has to be, something that it will understand. I'm going to work on that image prompt to get a little better. Standing in front of a portal surrounded by towering trees with wolves howling in the background. That's pretty as much as, probably it's not even going to get all of that when we try it. There's a couple things we can try. We can try the basic text to image. And this is usually pretty quick. Within 30 seconds, it'll come back, maybe even 10 seconds. Yeah, it's 10 seconds. And so now we've got some very interesting pictures. I like it. I think this one is probably, they're not that silly looking. Yeah, maybe they are. You can scroll through and look at them all. But the first thing you really want to do is just click this button here to save all these images if you like them all. If you don't like it, you can click this to remove an individual frame from the group, and then click save all to my pics, and then click that and you'll see an indicator here, all images saved, or at the top. And then you can go to the media library on the next tab up here, and you'll see those images saved to your media library. And then you can click the one you want, insert it into your post, and you have the settings. I already have my settings, which are from that particular algorithm, you get 512 512 pixels squared. And I always do the centering, and I generally choose the full size for these. Pardon me. Got an allergy condition going on. I do apologize. I could probably rewrite this, but I'm just going to leave it for now. It's my lack of specificity that caused the issue. I mean, it sort of took silly animals as the name of something, of a person or a creature, instead of so I could actually change this to a name like Bonzo is one of my favorite animal names. So and then I'll just go through and switch silly animals for Bonzo. Let me see if I can do that. So H, nope, that doesn't work. That's history. If I were in my other program, H would be replaced. So let me just do a find silly animals. Okay, so let's grab this. Try to put in a search and replace feature. Maybe there is already one in WordPress I can just use. A lot of good text tools would be helpful for this. Also, like I said, a better prompt would have saved that from the beginning. I could have said a story, a silly animal named Bonzo or something. Bonzo, the silly animal in the mysterious maze of ice. Okay, that's a good picture too. I kind of like that. And let's go ahead. And now we can, if you want to schedule it in the future, you click in here and this calendar opens and you pick a date and a time, or you leave it empty and just post it. And that item is scheduled. So now you can go to the posts and it should be at the top of the posts here. And then you can just go and view it if you want to. Okay, so that's pretty much how this whole thing works. You can do blog posts will give you more content on the writer. You also have short and long articles, all these different ones. The prompts are not all pardon me, filled out as well. The ones that I've really worked on are the blog posts and the story at this point. But you can add further instructions just in this, and we'll be doing more lessons in the future about exactly how to get some great content from that. And also, I'm going to be working on better prompts for all of them. And the whole thing, as I was telling Rick the other day, is like I'm just getting the engineering in place, and the prompts are now just going to be input. So then, once the engineering is placed, then the prompts can be just go through the roof with possibilities. And so this is what. And let me show you what I got going on with the next version, so you know what's coming. Let me see, where is that? That's what works. Yeah. So this is already a newer version another version that I'm working on, which has the possibility to, create some type of writing here, and then you can actually create a campaign based on it. The campaign is what they call, auto blogging or auto posting or whatever. I'm just calling it campaigns. And it's coming along really well. I wasn't ready to put that out in the first version, but it's coming up in a newer version. Just so you know, where is this one? So yeah, okay. So don't really have any finished data to show you on that, but just so you know, that's coming. In fact, I have a lot of hip things in store for this, so buckle up. So that's the intro. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy using this plugin. If you have any suggestions or anything, please feel free to let me know. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. It's Hugh out.